This Wide World of Sports update brought to you by Mobil 1. Nothing outperforms Mobil 1.
Our Mobil 1 sports update from Cleveland pertains to this running, of course, of this great event. Now in its 18th year, and out in front, Roberto Moreno looking for his first Champ Car victory. Gil de Ferran's brake problems have been compounded. He has lost the position, it appears. We'll update that in just a couple of moments. Looking to the future of this series, there's a race coming up this fall on the Gold Coast of Australia at Surfers Paradise, and there's a young man from the Indy Lights who's hoping to step up. His name is Jason Bright. He's from Australia, from the Gold Coast. He got his first Indy Lights victory in the most recent event on the streets of Belle Isle at Detroit. Consequently, he's now just 2 points behind New Zealand's Scott Dixon in the battle for the Indy Lights Championship. And Jason, who is watching the action anxiously here, is awaiting his chance to get into a Champ Car. It'll come at Surfers Paradise Down Under this fall. Paul?
He's watching a pretty good fight. Michael Andretti, you saw, got around Gil de Ferran, picked up second place. Now his teammate, Christian Fittipaldi, gets around. It didn't take much. Alex Tagliani was making a move there. It did not work for him. He is still right behind Franchitti, and just behind him is Cristiano D'Amata.
Kenny Breck goes down the inside of de Ferran. All the teams have now radioed their drivers that de Ferran has brake problems. De Ferran's trying to come back here. And I tell you, that just sets a driver up to attack. If they can detect any weakness. Whoa! Franchitti gets really wide there. Coming off the third corner. Tagliani trying to rattle his cage, looking to both sides.
Tags right there on top of Franchitti. Montoya starts to work de Ferran. De Ferran's tried to defend where he can. Look at D'Amata. D'Amata's going to move on Tagliani. D'Amata comes around Tagliani. D'Amata to 8th place.
Great move by Cristiano. While Tag was trying to attack Dario, he took advantage of the situation, maintained his momentum through that high-speed sweeping carousel of 6, 7, and 8. Remember, D'Amata qualified 5th, the best of the year. He was all the way back to 17th after the first lap incident, and has now worked his way back up to 8th.
D'Amata, Cal Wells PPI car as Montoya overhauls de Ferran. De Ferran very wisely, as soon as he sees a car making the move like there, and he clears the course and lets him come through. But wait a minute, watch this. He came back pretty hard. He's found a new line where he doesn't have to rely on those brakes quite as much.
Well, he's not dead yet, Paul. He's going to keep fighting. Gil was able to keep the group behind him for quite a while, but eventually they were able to overhaul him. And once one driver gets by, then the following drivers are doing everything possible to take advantage of the situation. But de Ferran's going to fight as hard as he can, pick up as many points as he can to try to stay in the championship fight.
And you talk about a sportsman. I mean, he knows that turn 1 is a hard braking turn. He gave him plenty of room there. But then when he got out into the open where he knows he still can perform, he got right back into the fight. Altered his line slightly so he could take advantage of it. Roger Penske, car owner on de Ferran.
Keep in mind, like I said before, most of these corners require just a brush of the brake or a little harder braking, but not the sort of intense braking that's required right here. This is where Dario will try to get it done.
And without any problem. But watch as they come off of this corner. D'Amata may, in fact, get him as well, but I doubt it because now de Ferran makes the car work. Alters the line and almost gets him back. Now here is where D'Amata passed last time around. Again, heavy braking.
You can see de Ferran locking the fronts there. He's put as much bias to the front as he can get away with. Takes away considerable amount of braking power. They have an adjustable knob in the cockpit. He just twists it towards the front. But where he needs hard braking, it's really going to hurt him. Whoa, big smoke from Christian Fittipaldi.
Oh, enormous smoke. And I don't know if that's when he bottomed, whether it was the engine or whether it was brake. No, it's more serious. He's heading off the course as Breck and everybody comes along. So it was something back in the engine compartment.
Let's see if he can get it pulled off so that we don't have to go full course yellow. He's going to try to run it right through turn 1. There it is. But no, he turns to continue. Very surprising.
Well, he's kind of trapped there. He really couldn't pull it off course to the left with everybody closing on him.
I thought he had a moment when Tag cleared to get across, but now he's gone down into the grass on the inside of turn 1. Just he's going to want to get to a fire station in case anything goes wrong at the back of that car.
Well, he's going to pull up very close to the timing and scoring section out in the middle.
I hope
right there, Christian.
I hope he doesn't start a 4th of July barbecue a little soon here and take timing and scoring with him.
Grab the hot dogs and the marshmallows. We have a very expensive potential fire. So Roberto Moreno is the leader. Andretti, Christian Fittipaldi's teammate, is in 2nd place. Kenny Brack, the rookie, is now 3rd. Montoya up to 4th. DeFerrin still fighting the good fight. Gives way where he has to and races where he can.
And you can see the difference right at the final end of braking where you're really standing on the brakes, where DeFerrin did a good job with a lot of aerodynamic load at the beginning of the braking area, but he just can't keep putting brakes on as he loses the downforce as the car slows down for the corner. Cristiano D'Amata just tucks neatly right to the inside.
Jan Beekes, from our point of view, that sudden failure for Christian Fittipaldi was in fact that sudden. What did the team see?
Well, I spoke with the Ford engineers, and they said from their data they lost water pressure. So they do not know if they split a radiator or something along those lines. They said the engine was still running when he shut it off, but obviously if you did have a split radiator, that would definitely end your day.
Well, I will tell you this, ahead of that there was no indication, no steam showing or anything that might indicate a split radiator. And in fact, even when he rolled to a stop, there wasn't that much of a display. Well, Moreno has led 50 laps now. He's clinched that extra point for the most laps led, along with a point for taking the pole. We'll be back.